Erika. Welcome to part 3 of my first listen for tripleS's Vision Performante. Yes, breaking it up into parts because YouTube doesn't like it if I do more than like 4 songs in a part. And since there's 9 B-sides on this album, we're kind of breaking it up to 3 tracks per part. Part 1 included Visionary, Virtue, Truman, and Claire. Part 2 is Love So Soul, Atmosphere, and 12 Rings. Part 3, this part is going to be Visionary, Vision, Bionic Power, or Vision, Bionic Power, and Visionary Vision. I do color coded videos for this. I just think it's the best solution for you and for me to follow along together in real time. My camera might die in the middle of this part, so that's gonna suck. But I saw the lower battery part now. But yeah, I'm excited to dive into these. I don't do the color coded videos, so if they're wrong, please don't kill the messenger. But yeah, so far my favorite B-sides are Atmosphere and 12 Rings, the Chum, Eclair, Love So Soul. They're kind of very familiar tripleS sounds, which I think is really cool. They're still great tracks. I love them, but I'm really kind of leaning towards the kind of newness that they're bringing for the album. So we can go ahead and dive into the next track called Vision. Where is it? Okay, it's right there. Yeah, excited to see what they're doing. I mean, kind of like how we're going with like the album. It seems like the front half, it was like the intro, the title track, which was like something totally new and again familiar ones. And it seemed like this back half, the back half 5, are a little bit more kind of like how you normally get tripleS B-sides that are like experimental and kind of very, very much unique to the unit. But still that tripleS is still there. So I'm excited. Let's check out Vision. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was saying like in the last part, R&B seems to be kind of like what's driving this unit, B-side wise. Ooh, and very like, I'm loving the song for them vocally. Like I feel like I'm hearing for this track a little bit more their individuality. Because not every track isn't always very present on showcasing everybody's like uniqueness. But I'm kind of hearing it a lot more here. And maybe it's just that I'm more hyper focused on it. Especially after listening to 12 Rings. Like, you see what I mean? Kind of just like that uniqueness is coming through for them vocally. I love it. Man, you would almost think it's the SM group with how they harmonize. Like, come on. I like the sound though. It's cool. I mean, the concept is just sort of just like them going into just like their new selves, this new transition. They have another track that's kind of about like very transitionary moment in their lives and stuff, but I like that. I think it was fun. She funky, she cool. I do love it. Again, I feel like I'm hearing a lot more of the members like individuality, like they for sure are standing out so much. And I feel like especially when it comes to just like K-pop in general, like a lot of the songs, well, a lot more with the fourth and fifth generation, it's much more about like the uniqueness that the members can bring forward. But like with previous generations of K-pop, it's much more about like you can kind of interchange whoever you want for the song, and you make the members' voices kind of just like fit the parts within the songs and stuff like that. Like vocally, everyone was kind of similar, you know what I mean? So it's really cool to kind of get a track like that, especially for a group that has very much an interchanging concept, that it feels like there's so much flavor, there's so much like individuality for each member and their part that was coming up. So I really like that about the track, and it's also fun. I think it's a great one. But yeah, so I think that was just like really cool to get. So the next track we're gonna be checking out is Bionic Power. Ooh, that has me excited. Just I don't know what we're getting, but I'm here for it. I'm excited. Bionic Power. So yeah, let's go. Okay. Okay. I like this. Uh-oh. I accidentally played it instead of adding it to my playlist. Ooh, anti-drop, let's go. I like this though. I feel like this is like Visionary Vision, like the vibe that the title track were giving me, I feel like we're getting here. And again, kind of like that uniqueness vocally is here again. It just seems more present in this one and the last track than the other ones. I do like the anti-drop. It is working. I like this a lot. I feel like what they were showcasing with Visionary Vision music-wise is what we're getting here, which is what I was kind of wanting to get a little bit more of out of the album. I did mention in the last part, kind of the first three B-sides were very much like familiar sounding, so I was like, I'm not leaning towards them as heavily as I am like the newer sounding ones. So kind of getting a track like Bionic Power that again is kind of giving off the vibes that the title track was, I'm living it up. But again, when you're kind of doing something very experimental, I definitely get why they would want to give us some familiarity sounds with the first kind of few title tracks, and then we have fun, you know what I mean? But that one, I'm leaning towards so far Bionic Power heavily. If I had to make a list, Bionic Power, Atmosphere 12 Rings. Those are the ones I'm feeling the most. I don't know if my video is going to cut off in the middle of this, but we're going to go ahead and get Visionary Vision, the track and stuff. Not only the name of the unit, but also the track itself. Oh, it's just an outro. Okay, this is great because my camera won't die in the middle of it, hopefully. I can't tell where those lullabies are from. Okay. I'm loving the more. Like the intros and the outros again, I don't add them from too many groups. But I'm feeling them here. Love it. I liked it. I think it's a great album. Again, it gives you very familiar sort of things, which I don't know, like, it makes sense for their concept as a group being just a performance, like a much more performance-driven tripleS unit. So that definitely makes sense there. But again, because like Hit the Floor was just like so different than anything else that they've done, I was kind of like a little bit more driven to what they were kind of serving there. So I'm happy that we at least got like Bionic Power. That really kind of just feels like it's that vibe again, you know what I mean? And the other B-sides are really cool too as well. Again, I lean heavily towards I like Vision, 12 Rings, and Atmosphere. Like, I like all those. Like, those I'm going to lean to heavily the most. The other ones, they're really good, but again, they're kind of like very familiar for me. And like, again, with tripleS, I feel like I expect more of what the other tracks were given, and maybe the tracks were actually leftover ones from those units. You never know. So that would definitely make sense, but I do like getting the familiarity, but also kind of like that uniqueness that Visionary Vision can bring to it. Because especially when it is like tripleS and when you are like half the group is here and stuff, the math is mathing there. Like, I'm definitely understanding it, but for me personally, my desires lie within the last 4 or 5 tracks of the album and the title track. Like, that's what I was kind of looking for with the album and the groups, and it is like a full album too, so there is that thing as well. Most of the times they are like mini albums and stuff. Like the only time we really get like full albums, I felt like it was really only with, well, no, it was Evolution a full album. That was 8 tracks and stuff. And then Lovolution was 2, and then Assemble was, well, that was 7, so that could be like full or mini, I don't even know. So, but like, I do appreciate getting so many tracks and stuff, in that like for tripleS, they do push for more kind of like B-sides a part of their releases. Sometimes it is just singles here and there, you know what I mean? We love that too. But because like a lot of groups are like 5 or 6 tracks are like a mini album, or like 7 or 8 is a full album, and I'm just like, what is this? You know what I mean? So like there's almost just like no excuses, because tripleS has come back pretty frequently, and they always come back with just like very great music too as well, and great concepts and choreography and everything. So I'm like, nobody got excuses over here, all right? I ain't taking no excuses, especially when J Park gave us a 20 track album and stuff. Did he release like half of them as singles? Yeah, but still, you know what I mean? So yeah, so shout outs for that one too as well, for just giving kind of full albums every time, you know what I mean? Or like more than just like 75 mini albums, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're cool, yeah, we love them, but like they're releasing albums with like many B-sides to check out. It's exciting. I love it. Hopefully we kind of keep pushing this for tripleS, because I love checking out the music. I think they have really cool, really great stuff. So yeah, but overall the album, I like it. I think it's dope. It's definitely like, it's very interesting, because like, I don't know if like a top-down listen works, because going from Hit the Floor to Choom, that's very jarring. You know what I mean? Because you're like very hyped, and then you kind of get emotional. So it's like, well, you know what I mean? But I do love kind of just like the album in general and stuff, and just for me, a top-down listen I think can work, because I think after like Choom and the rest of the flow of the album is really nice. But then I also feel like you can listen to it on shuffle. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing too particular about like the top-down order of it. Maybe because it's just like a nice sandwich with the intros and outros. And shout out for actually doing intros and outros. They used to be extremely common within just like K-pop. But now it's sort of like died out. You know what I mean? Within the like 4th and 5th generations, they just went for more just like tracks, you know what I mean, versus like intros and outros. I feel like used to be a little bit more frequent. So also shout out for that. But yeah, I think it's a great album overall. I could definitely see each track be just like very different and very big performance wise. But yeah, because it is performance unit, so I think also because it is performance, I was expecting it to be very loud music, very kind of big performance driven tracks, you know what I mean, that we kind of used to get when it was just like everyone was doing just like these big stages and dance breaks and everything like that, you know what I mean, that era of K-pop. And they kind of didn't do that, so I'm like, oh, okay. But it is still very tripleS, and they have that integrity that they're holding on to, and I love that as well. But yeah, but I think it's a great album. There's like there's a lot of newness here, but there's also a lot of familiar stuff, so I feel like most fans are gonna find stuff to love about it, you know. So yeah, and they always kind of maintain that very signature tripleS sort of vibe to him as as well. I would say besides like Bionic Power, everything kind of like there's a very unique type of R&B that I was hearing here that I haven't heard for like other groups, and I think that's definitely kind of like what I feel like it's a little bit more driven for like the B-sides for Visionary Vision. But yeah, it definitely, I see how the math works of including the more familiar tracks with more performance unique, because maybe it's not necessarily uniquely about the music itself and the concept itself, it's about the more kind of performance and stuff, so giving like the more familiar tracks a bigger performance or a little bit more space to hold, you know what I mean? Makes sense, I get it, girl. But yeah, go and put your thoughts in the comments down below, what you thought about tripleS's Visionary Vision Performante. I loved it. I think it's a great album, even with my little nitpicky kind of issues with it. Well, I wouldn't say like issues with it, it's just more me being like nitpicky, you know what I mean? But hello, opinion, that's what a reaction and review is for. But yeah, your thoughts, comments down below. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and you want to see more of my videos, go and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. If you want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or description down below, or at the end screen. If you like gaming content, I have a gaming channel. It's called Erika. Currently playing Horizon Forbidden West, so I hope you can join me over there for that. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.